everybody. Hi, Nikki. Nikki's on the call. This is Lisa Perruccio, and today's training is the pumpkin pie planning event. So it's the pumpkin pie playbook. I'm waiting for Farah. Farah's gonna get on, and we do have a we do have a slideshow, so we are a little early. We're 2 minutes early. So, but I wanted to welcome Nikki. Oh, we have 4 people already here. That's awesome. Hi, Farah. All right, so we're gonna open up the chat. If you can open up the chat, Farah, do you want me to do it? Open up the chat. Just in case anybody has any questions. Okay, so welcome to LAER's Pumpkin Playbook. Even though we are going to be talking about the pumpkin pie event, it's really just how to plan. This whole training is how to plan a client appreciation event. So, just for training purposes, we're focusing on this pumpkin playlist, but don't worry about it. You could use this. This is a great training. If you ever want to know, what is a client appreciation event? How would I plan a client appreciation event? And etc. So our agenda today, what we're going to go over is your prep and planning. We're going to go over postcards, why we even have it. So you're going to do postcards. It's the soft touch. The reason why we do client appreciation events is because it's a great way to have a 3-point soft touch with your past clients. So you really don't want to work by referral. I mean, you want to work by referral. Sorry. You don't really want to work by code calling and everything like that. So you want your past clients to be speaking up your name out there. And so that's why we have it. So basically there's touch 1 is the postcard. Touch 2 is the call before the event. Touch 3 is the actual event. And I can tell you, I have testimonies of my agents in my office that have got referrals right on the spot. Oh, yeah, my son is looking to buy a house. My nephew's looking to buy a house. And then there's the final thank you card, a final touch after that. So we'll just keep going on. So why do we do client appreciation event? Basically, we're not trying to get anything from our past clients. We just want to really just thank them for partnering with you and making your business a success. So you remind them, you can remind people, your clients, that you do your business strictly on referrals. So if they know anybody that is buying or selling, so it connects strong relationships. It creates 4 meaning touches in a short time, which they say, the real estate gurus out there saying you should do at least 4 client appreciation um client client appreciation events a year. If 4 seems too daunting to you, just start with 1. Let's just get you on board and start you with 1. I'm going to give you step-to-step instruction. It creates new leads and repeat business, and it's top of mind year round. So that's why we do it, but we're really doing it just to really thank. It's just a great way to thank the people that trusted you with the most important investment of their life, which is a home purchase. So over prep and planning, we're going to go how to organize, set up, and prepare your client appreciation event database. This is where you want to start. You want to prepare your database. Now, if you're taking this training and you do not have a database created for business on an Excel or a CX, what is it called? CXV, whatever.
CSV.
Yes. Very good. Thank you, Farah. You need to have that created. So if you take this training, and the one thing you get out of this is I need to create a sphere of influence of all my friends, past clients, teachers, PTO people, anybody you want. And you want to start with at least 50 to 100 in your database with their name, their phone number, their how you know them, their email address. And the reason you want this is because anytime you do a client appreciation event, you're going to use the same list. So it's going to really help you uh, to tag your clients. You can even write in the sphere of influence after you have it which client appreciation events they attended, so you could see uh, how your client appreciation events are running across your sphere of influence. So I highly recommend that you do the client. This is where we start. Prepping for the event. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to choose a location first. Now, for this training, we're going to just say it's the pumpkin pie event. So you're going to choose, do you want to have the event at your office, which you could, or you can team up with other agents in the office that may be doing it, or maybe you want to highlight the LAER office in your town. You want to talk to the other agents in your office and say, you know what? Let's pool together and let's do this pie event. Very reasonable. So you already have the space. You don't have to you don't have to pay for rent of anything like that. You could use the office space if you want. It could be an individual event, like we said, or you could try to really get the office, LAER office on the map in your location and do this event. So uh, you're going to order the pies. So you pick the event, then you're actually going to make the postcard, and then you order the supplies, and then you do an event pickup and theme. So what you want to do is you want to host this event anytime the week of Thanksgiving. So in East Longmeadow, what we do is we do it the Saturday before Thanksgiving. I have one agent that's going to be doing it the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So you just want to have in your mind where you're going to have it and your pickup date. Obviously, what venue you're going to order the pies from, and we're going to go over that. We're going to go over that next. So we're going to continue. Oh, before we go over the how to order the pies, I wanted to interject this. This is a great time to get the community involved. So what we do in East Longmeadow is we take up a non-perishable food items at the same time. So the agent comes and they don't have to bring a non-perishable food item. They're going to get a pie even if they don't bring one. But everybody's thinking about this around the holidays. You got people with big families, the raise and the cost of food is just becoming so extravagant that it might be really good to pair this up with maybe your local food bank or a local, we have a Springfield Rescue Mission here. That's a nonprofit organization that we can bring the food, the canned goods to them. Sometimes they have citywide functions. So reach out there and get involved with your community and see who you can, do you have a food bank that you can join up? We do the senior center in East Longmeadow. So we hook up with the East Longmeadow Senior Center and we give all of our charitable donations to them at the day of. So great way, and also looks fantastic on Facebook. Remember, this whole event is about giving back. And so you're giving to your client and you're also giving to your community. And so it's just a really good event. It's good to think about other people other than yourself. And it comes through in your business when you plan it like this. People are going to say, this person has a heart. I want to work with them. So we're going to go on from that. So we have that. So the touch one, which is, I love this. And a lot of people will not do this because they're thinking, I'll just send a Facebook invite. I don't have to do postcards. It's a win-win if you send the postcards, because you send 250 postcards, right? Now, don't get freaked out because most people will saying, there's no way I can't afford 250 pies. The statistics show that only 10% are actually going to come and show up to the event. Now, if you're doing this the first time, it's going to be less than 10%. But if you do it consistently, it'll be a little bit more. East Longmeadow is on their 18th year of doing this. So our agents have about a 12% return. So all of our agents do their full sphere of influence, 250, and they usually they order usually 50 pies, but that's extra for family and stuff like that. But the statistics are you're only 10% are going to be to actually RSVP. But the postcard is a win-win. Look at that beautiful postcard online. Now, how would you not? You're going to get that in the mail and it's going to say happy Thanksgiving and from you from LAER, and you're the agent. This is your event. You're the one who is sponsoring it. Yes, you work for LAER and you need to have the logo on all printed materials. However, really brand it from yourself. It's from Cheryl, it's from Peter. I want to thank you for your business. So you want to design these postcards 6 to 8 weeks out from the event. You send the postcard, up, what happened? Okay, there we go. So you want to send it to your full database, announce the pie giveaway on your social media. Now, you could create the postcard and you could just post the postcard on your social media page, but then you may have other people that RSVP that are on your client list. But it's a good way to say what you're doing out there, social media, and also on the back part of the postcard is where we're collecting for the food pantry. You're expressing gratitude, invite. This is a win-win. If they don't even get it, first of all, it's very impressive. It's a jumbo postcard. We highly suggest you do the jumbo postcard because it sticks out. It's not going to get lost in the mail and it's not going to get tossed. So it's definitely a win-win on just doing that. So the postcard overview, we did that. We're all set on that. Where you can design. So design options, you could use Canva. That's where I created that postcard in the last screen for my clients, my agents in my office. You can use, I created the postcard in Canva and then I sent it to the personal marketing company, which I highly, highly recommend. Now, you want your photo on there. You need your contact information. According to the rules for anything, if you belong to a real estate company, you have to have the LAER logo on there. And you have to have the LAER office address on the postcard, just so you guys know. A short seasonal thank you message, the event date, the RSVP, and pickup details. And you definitely want to do an RSVP because you want to be able to know how many pies to create. Now we're going to give you, so this is the front of the postcard and the back of the postcard. See in red there, it says we will be also collecting canned goods and other non-perishable assists to families in this holiday season. All donations are appreciated. They don't have to get that to give anything, but notice how it has Cheryl's information there. It has her phone number, not the office phone number, but it does have the office address, which is required by the state. You have to have that on there, but look how nice that says. It says, I would like to express my appreciation to you, my clients, family, and friends for your trust, support, referrals by providing a free apple pie or pumpkin pie, whichever one you prefer, for your holiday table. And then Cheryl's been doing it for 4 years, and then it gives the information of where they have to RSVP. And you could put the pickup date on there. So in my office, I do all of the RSVPs for the agents. I keep track of them. So we can go on to the next one. Ordering your postcard. So now there's 2 ways of doing it. I order the postcards from the personal marketing company. Absolutely like it. And if you see the third bullet point, there is the the email address, the personal marketing with tpmco.com. You want to get that uploaded. Now, the personal marketing company is great. If you upload your postcard, make sure you're picked jumbo. Like today, if you have the order in before 3, they actually print the next day. It's the shipping that takes a little while. Usually get it in a week. Okay, but I just say, let's just plan it, because you're going to have to create the postcard and then upload it to your thing. And so what we do here is we just order all of them and they come to the agent's house. Then they have me print labels for their postcards off of their sphere of influence, and then they just take the postcard, slap the label on it, and slap a stamp. Just so you know, a jumbo postcard is a regular stamp. It's a regular US letter stamp. It's not a postcard stamp because you're using the jumbo. So here's the prices. The reason I like the personal company also is, if you want to, you can give them your sphere of influence and they will mail them out directly to the list that you upload. I mean, it is a win-win situation here. It's the most cheapest. As you can see there, the prices as Farrah has put them up, but we've been using the personal marketing company for 18 years for this event, and we have a great time. You want to mail out your postcards 2 weeks before the event. Now, I wouldn't do any more than 2 weeks, only because people will forget. So like our event is going to be the week of Thanksgiving. And so we give them 2 weeks to RSVP. So that would be like, we have them usually RSVP by, I don't know, October 6th. No, I'm sorry. It would be like, I don't know, beginning of November, end of October. So that, because you have to call your vendor, who you've already talked to prior to this. So when I do it, I call Costco, because our orders could be pretty big in the East Longmeadow office, only because we've been doing it for 18 years. So we usually order 100 pies. And so they say, okay, just give us a week notice so we can order everything, how many. So you just definitely want to contact them before you even start this. So we're going to go to this second soft touch, which I love. It's a win-win also. Everybody that RSVPs to you, you can have it directly to your cell phone or to your email, however you set it up on your postcard. You then are going to call them a day or 2 before the event, because you need to remind them, because we know how it is. We stick that postcard on the refrigerator, we totally forget about it. You don't want to have a lot of leftover pies. So what you do, but it's great because it gives you a great reason to reach out. Hey, I'm so glad you got my postcard, and I'm so glad you're going to come to the event. Just want to remind you of the time and the place. Also to remind you, if you want to give to the community, we're collecting non-perishable items, you can. But you know, you don't have to, but basically you're just touching base with them. And we always do, our event is usually 9 to 12. So we do it, you know, it's definitely, and we are done by 12 o'clock. So 9 to 12 is what we do. You could do it 2 hours if you want. So, you do that. So then the day of the event, here's your third soft touch. Now this is very important. I've seen agents who order pies and then don't do the day of event. They're not present there. They just have them pick it up at the office. You're really missing out on, this is what this whole thing is about. It's about people. It's about people and about caring and about just being there for them. And so it's very important that you are at the event, okay? Because I have testimonies of the agents in my office have gotten referrals right on the spot when they come to pick up the pie. So you want to arrive early to make sure wherever you're having the event that it's clean, number 1. Number 2, you may want to put up some coffee, some apple cider donuts, or donut bites, anything like that, just to make it really nice and festive. You want to bring business cards, very important. You want to put your business card on the pie itself, okay? You could do, we have little tags too that the social media at LAER has made. They're great little tags that you can put on the pie as well. And then you want to dress appropriately, professional, polished, and friendly, be polite, engaging, and approaching. This is your final client touch, so make it count. The reason why I really like this event over all the other ones that my office does is because this touches the entire family. The whole family is going to enjoy this pie. It's not just mommy, it's not just daddy, the whole, and even their pets. Maybe if they don't eat the whole thing, they're going to give it to Rover. Who knows? I don't know. But it's a great, encompasses the whole family. And also you should bring them to when you pick up the pie, because there usually is donuts, and kids love donuts, apple cider, and everything like that. Plus, not only that, they know now, they have a mental note of where your office is located. So you're going to want to definitely show up for the event. And then let's see, day of event, we did this, so we can go over that. Building, yes, conversations that create opportunity. Keep it casual but intentional. How's the house been? Would you like to be updated on market value? I love to stop and see how things are going. Focus on building rapport, not selling. If they bring the children, invite the children to have a donut. Just ask them how how are things going? And you could even say, I have a vendor list. If you ever need painters or anything like that, please think of me, because I do run a vendor list of people that have recommended vendors to me that they've seemed to use and like, so I can be a resource that way. And anything like that, you want to tell them you just don't sell houses. I mean, that's what you mainly do, but you have so many other things of value that you can bring to them. So that's great. Maybe their kids are going off to college, and instead of paying for in housing, they might want to rent a house off campus. You can help with that. There's so much, just be creative in selling who you are and the value that you have to them. So we did this. So that was great. Okay, so now the post event. Now, you don't have to do this. This would kind of be like the fourth soft touch. I would recommend it is just to send a thank you card. Thank you for coming to my client appreciation event. I hope you enjoyed the pie. And then stick some business cards in there and just say, if you know of anybody looking to sell or buy in the near future, I would recommend, highly appreciate if you would refer my name. You're going to give them business cards. Then you're going to definitely take pictures at the event. You want to take pictures at the event because that's what you're going to put on your social media page. If you could somehow gauge how much food you uh, uh, got for the community, for the food pantry, like half a ton or 2 ton, if you can kind of see that, or maybe see we provided enough food to feed 100 families, something like that, you could put that in there on your Facebook post. But definitely pictures, pictures, pictures. Log all your on your CMA, right? You on your sphere of influence, you're definitely going to write who showed up for what, because you can then go back and look. You want to reflect at what worked well and what could be improved on next year. So that's a good thing. Anytime you're doing a client appreciation event, is you want to reevaluate, just so you could say, do I want to do this event next year? I'm just going to go over a couple of the events that we have done. There's the ice cream social event, very easy. Again, it's a whole family. You just pick an ice cream venue that will work with you. You just show up there. Again, send the postcard. They have to RSVP, so you know. And then we just get raffle tickets. That's how we do it. And we give the client a raffle ticket. They go up to the the counter, and then they know, the people working there, okay, at the end of the night, this is how much they need to owe us, the real estate agent needs to owe us. So we've done that. We've done movie nights. Movie nights, we just show up right at the movie theaters, and we're only there for an hour. They have to just come and pick up their tickets. They don't even have to see the movie that night. You could buy tickets at discount prices at AAA. So you can do that as well. That's only an hour event, and we set up a small little table, and because they've RSVP'd, you know how many tickets you're going to need. And then they just show up within that hour. You just greet them, you give them the tickets. Again, they don't have to use the tickets that day. They can use it for any movie they want. So that was one that we do. The pie event by far is the biggest event that we do. We're on our 18th year, and um, not only that, we've given over 3,000 pies away. That's just the East Longmeadow office has given over 3,000 pies away. And you can call the newspaper, say, I'm doing a pie event, and you can give them the time and day. And a lot of times the newspaper will show up. The reminder will show up. It's a feature story. Local real estate agent giving back to community, not only giving pies, but also doing the food bank. So that's a great thing, is to get the media involved as well, the news. If you have somebody, you can have a videotape it, have somebody in your family videotape it. You can post some of the video on your Facebook page, but pretty much that's it in a nutshell. We could take questions if anybody has any questions at all. We can take the questions. But again, just going to go over the whole. It's really three soft touches to your clients, your past clients, which is very easy. No cold calling. No, any of these people know you. They're going to want to take the event. Again, the postcard is a win-win. I'm just going to reiterate, postcard is a win-win. Also, don't be nervous if you send out 250 postcards or 300 postcards. Statistically, only 10%. And if this is the first time you've done it, it's going to be way under 10%. And then just make sure when you're doing the postcard that you have how they're going to RSVP. That's very important, because you definitely want to know how many pies. You don't want to be short. Now, a lot of people say they give their clients options on pie types, pumpkin, apple. I wouldn't recommend that, and this is why. Most people can't remember what they RSVP'd for. So when they go to pick it up and they see the apple pie, they're in a mood for an apple pie, they're going to say apple, but they really picked pumpkin. So then you're going to be short. So what I would say is just pick one, either apple pie or pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie at Costco is very reasonable, $5.99 for a 12-inch delicious pie. So we have done apple pie. My office chooses to do apple pie. Costco 12-inch. Last year they were $12.99. Every year the price changes, because it all depends on the price of apples, because Costco does make their own pies right there. I mean, we've gotten orders. They've worked all night. They were still warm in the boxes when we got them. So, and there's no preservatives in them. So that's another thing. If you're going to do it the Saturday before Thanksgiving, you want to tell them, if you want to use this for Thanksgiving, put this in the freezer. Okay, we actually had these labels picked out. We had these labels printed that said, if you're going to use for Thanksgiving Day, and then we gave 4 steps: place in the freezer, take out the day before, put in the refrigerator, day of, put it in a 350 oven, and it's like you made it yourself. So definitely just make sure you have that, but make that pie presentation pop. Put your business card, put a tag on there. Maybe you want to put the freezing instructions on there. Some people, I've seen people put raffia on it and made it really look nice. They do come in really nice sturdy boxes. If you're using Costco, you don't have to use Costco. You can use BJ's. You can use your own mom and pop shop if you want to, but you're gonna have to do all the connecting with them before, just to make sure they can handle it the week of, what the price is, so you know. And but they do box them very well at Costco, so you don't have to worry about that. But make them look really pretty. I mean, everybody's going to see it on the Thanksgiving table. Who got you? Oh, that was my realtor bought me that. Oh, my realtor gave me that. So it's a win-win there. But pretty much that is the presentation, unless we have any questions. Do we have any questions?
Really good. No, we had a question regarding the slides. Yes, Victor, I will definitely email you the slides for the presentation right after. And that was it. Great. That was fantastic. It's so
I know.
interesting to hear. Any other tips and tricks you have for any agents that are jumping in to this type of event for the first time, like any client appreciation event, like your number one tip?
Is your sphere of influence. You only want to work off of your sphere of influence. So if you've never done this and you do not have it, maybe you have all your contacts in Outlook or whatever like that. You really need them on a Excel spreadsheet or a C. What I always get that wrong.
CSV.
Or a CSV, because those are universal spreadsheets that you can upload to any of these printing companies. So that's why I say that. And when you're creating your sphere of influence spreadsheet, what I would do is make a column for their first name, make a column for their last name, their address. I separate everything. So it's address, city, state, zip. You can do phone number and email. And that's the way I would do it. You could always add columns. So if you put like a pumpkin pie column, you could just check off that they came to it. So but that's the way to go. And that's how you print your labels too. So my agents, I have access to the sphere of influence because they wanted me to print their labels for them. So I just print them on a regular label and they slap it on there. Sometimes they personalize it on the front and they'll just say, wish you, hope to see you, Peter. You know what I mean? They just make it personalized, but you don't have to do that. Again, the pre-planning is the most important thing. Where are you going to have it? When are you going to have it? What are you going to have? What are you giving away? And then connecting with whatever vendor prior to anything, prior to making postcards or anything. You have to have that all solidified first. Then you do the postcards. So, yeah.
If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. But that was a great presentation. I really appreciate you joining us, Lisa. Thank you so much. If anybody has any questions or you're jumping into your fall client appreciation event for the first time this year, feel free to send an email into Happy Agent and we'll be able to help you that way. That's always the fastest way to get in contact with us.
Yes.
Love it.
Thank
All
you,
right, everyone.
everybody.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.